on PantherVision.
I'm running for Student Association President.
The votes have been tallied and the students have spoken.
We'll tell you which one of these candidates has been elected the next Student Association President.
Plus,
we'll take them to parties. We want them to get to a party safe.
take a stroll with the Safe Walkers, how they can protect you late at night.
And students trading in their beds for boxes.
So we just built like cardboard houses.
How a sleepover in Spaights Plaza is raising awareness for a serious problem.
All that and more coming up next on PantherVision.
From the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, this is UWM PantherVision. A weekly newscast reported, written, and produced by students in the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication. And now, the news.
Good evening. The UWM Student Association has a new president.
Mike Sportiello beat out current SA President Ryan Sorensen. Sportiello received 56% of the votes to Sorensen's 36%. Franco Ferrante came in third with 6%. Less than 1,400 students voted in the election. Michael Atterbury joins us now with more about the campaign. Michael?
Thanks, guys. The results come after 2 weeks of campaigning by the candidates. The three presidential candidates took part in 2 public debates in April.
This is Franco Ferrante, Ryan Sorensen, and Mike Sportiello.
That includes this one, held a week before the polls closed in the Union's Fireside Lounge. The candidates answered questions submitted by audience members as well as by students online and via Twitter. They also explained their goals for the coming term if elected.
To fill in other holes and we need to unite together, educate the general populace on how their money is being spent, and move UWM forward.
We need to change the culture. We need to get students to join the conversation, and it needs to happen right now.
Change takes time, and I want to ensure that the work that I have started this year continue to grow, and that is why I'm running for re-election.
Get motivated, get impassioned by
the candidates were asked about things like student parking, segregated fees, and the potential impact of the proposed UW system budget cuts. Each agreed that the Student Association needs to be more visible on campus. Back to you, Helen.
The online voting was kicked off by a party inside the Union. The party was designed as a way for students to get better acquainted with the presidential hopefuls. Evan Vogel has that part of our coverage.
Last week was an important one for UWM students. Voting for student association positions took place, and an election party in the Union Ballroom kicked it all off on Monday. Not knowing how many students would turn out for the gathering, event staff ran out of pizza as the sounds of support rang louder than expected. Although most of the students likely came for the free food and drinks, plenty of students stayed to listen to what each presidential candidate had to say. Many students, like sophomore Jordan Enig, wanted to talk to the candidates in a casual setting.
No, I guess I wanted to just hear the last statement every candidate had to say, get to know their points a little better, you know, not in pressure of like a town hall meeting or debate or something.
No matter the reason they came, students continually flowed into the room throughout to listen as the presidential candidates gave their last arguments as to why they should be the next representative of the student body. Discussing progress,
I think with proper leadership we can move our student body forward.
Campus pride,
exactly why UWM is worth investing in.
and of course, budget cuts.
And students are worried about how these budget cuts will affect their college career.
Candidates put emphasis on all issues, big and small.
Sustainability and energy efficiency for buildings as well.
The current climate up in Madison, especially now with the budget cuts, is something that's really scary. And I think that kudos to the students for really starting to care more about that, realizing that the decisions that they make have a bigger impact.
Regardless of the outcome, the candidates are glad that more and more students are getting engaged with campus politics and deciding what's important to them. In Milwaukee, for PantherVision, I'm Evan Vogel.
The new Student Association will inherit a big issue, the anticipated cuts to the state budget. UW-Madison has now announced it will eliminate 400 positions and close or restructure several programs. Nearly 100 of those positions are in the College of Letters and Science, and the dean says they will need to drop more than 300 courses. Governor Walker's proposal to cut $300 million from the UW system still needs to be debated in the legislature.
As the budget battle continues, UWM's retirement buyout offer is raising some questions. Chancellor Mark Monet talked about the buyout at last week's budget meeting. About 300 employees would be eligible. Some professors have questioned whether class sizes would increase if faculty retire early and are not replaced. Vice Chancellor Robin Van Harpen says there's little question that a $300 million cut can be absorbed without harm.
The cut as proposed in the governor's budget is massive and deep, and quite frankly, just too large. A cut of this magnitude cannot be managed without causing harm to our mission.
The Chancellor addressed concerns over which departments might be affected if the mandatory cuts come.
Sacrifices will be shared, but some areas might have more cuts in than others, just to preserve what is critical for the strategic direction from our core mission of the campus.
If the system cuts go through, UWM would lose about $40 million a year.
70% of Wisconsinites oppose Governor Walker's plan to cut $300 million from the UW system. That's according to a new Marquette poll released late last week. The poll has a margin of error of 3.5%.
Governor Walker is trying to extend the tuition freeze by clarifying some parts of his proposed budget. In a letter sent to legislators, Walker says he wants to extend the tuition freeze for UW schools through 2017. After that, tuition increases would be limited to no more than the annual rate of inflation.
Many UWM students who work struggle to pay for their education while also paying their bills. A labor organization called Fight for 15 is working to improve the life of minimum wage workers. PantherVision's Rachel Meidel reports.
The walk from campus to the McDonald's on Capitol isn't a short one, but many protesters made it on Wednesday night. Fight for 15, a labor organization, assembled Milwaukee and Madison area minimum wage workers to participate. Their goal is to double the minimum wage from $7.25 to $15 an hour.
This movement has grown, but it started in fast food. So I want to bring up Cornell, who's a leader in the Fight for 15.
They hope to create livable wages and end poverty for working people. The crowd varied from fast food and home health care workers to professors and local representatives.
I believe that we will win.
As the procession passed local businesses, they urged workers to join them to no prevail. The march stopped in front of the McDonald's on one of the busiest streets in Milwaukee where organizers spoke.
This movement was never about politicians doing the right thing. They listen because the people made them listen. This movement is about corporations paying their fair share.
Fight for 15 has played a hand in raising minimum up to $15 in Seattle and $13 in Chicago. In Milwaukee, I'm Rachel Meidel for PantherVision.
The protest was among hundreds of others across the country in a national effort to raise the minimum wage.
The Student Association is considering making active shooter training mandatory for all SA members. The proposal was brought up at the campus safety meeting on April 15th. Official action could be taken on May 4th.
If you've ever found yourself celebrating the end of a hard week, odds are you've heard of BOSS. But did you know there's another service on campus to see you home safely? The Safe Walkers are trained students who patrol campus. Jared Harrington has the story.
You've heard of UWM's shuttle service, Be on the Safe Side, but have you heard of the Safe Walkers? Eric Olson and Paul Radke are students hired by UWM police to provide escorts. They also patrol the campus and surrounding neighborhood.
Live here on Maryland, we're live on Maryland.
Nights like tonight, they are worried that we're just gonna as soon as we show up to a party, turn them in and tell them that, hey, there's a party going on here.
Which is not the case.
We don't care. We'll take them to parties. We want them to get to a party safe.
We're just trying to accompany you guys for the night.
Yeah, no, that's
Give
fine.
you guys a little walk somewhere. Do you guys need a safe walk down to Oakland? Because that's where we're heading. You good?
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, have a good one.
Show you guys
Thank
out,
you.
all right?
Thank you, you too.
You guys too.
All right, fellas. Be safe.
Thank you, you too.
Sergeant Robert Menzel leads the Safe Walker program and trains them in their duties.
They're not cops, but what they are for us is they're good eyes and ears for the police department. We work in partnership with the boss, and they make it a call that's for only a block away, And if they're busy, they can refer them to us as well.
And Safe Walkers Tessa Hain and Greg Wilk are happy to provide an escort.
10-4 will be on the way. Oh! Sure, I know where that is. Where in India are you from? Mumbai. Okay. Yeah, bye. That's one thing that I like about SAFE is the different people that you meet, and if you start a conversation, you often learn about different cultures.
The program currently staffs 8 students, and Menzel has just hired 7 more.
So I would like to see it expand because I see nothing but positives coming from it.
In Milwaukee, I'm Jared Harrington for PantherVision.
The Safe Walkers patrol 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. Sunday through Wednesday and until 3 a.m. on Thursday through Saturday. You can find them patrolling from Hackett to Oakland and from Edgewood to Locust.
Coming up, find out why students spent a night sleeping outside in a box.
And we'll take you to a basketball tournament that's benefiting a good cause.
All that and more when PantherVision continues.
Issued this warning because radon can cause lung cancer. Radon is an invisible radioactive gas that seeps inside your home from underground. Protect your family. Have your home tested. Call 1-800-SOS-RADON. Radon problems can be fixed.
This is where powerful ideas lead to proven results. This is where you belong.
A strong, productive workforce. Building one requires proper education and training, not just for today, but for tomorrow. That's why for the last 100 years, thousands of successful workers wearing hats like these began their careers with this one hat.
The spring semester isn't even over yet, but it's already time to think about next semester.
Fall registration is now open at MATC. David Castor has the story.
The spring semester is quickly coming to a close here at MATC, and students should now start thinking about summer and fall semesters.
Students will come here to what's called the Welcome Center. It's on the first floor of the S building, and this is where students are going to come to fill out their admissions paperwork, get us any additional documents they need for admissions. We have a bank of computers here off to my right. They're going to come here and fill out their financial aid application and again drop us off any additional documentations, as well as come and register for classes. This is their kind of one-stop shop. They're going to start out here, and then our office will refer them out to different places on campus as need be. So if students have questions or need help deciding what classes to pick out, we may send them up to counseling on the second floor. Folks up there will tell them, give them more specific details on what classes to register for, and then they'll send them back downstairs, and then we'll help them do the registrations on the computers here in the back.
If you still aren't sure what classes to take, the counseling department is available Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Get in quick and get them picked out because they will fill up fast. I'm David Castor for MATC PantherVision.
UWM's open enrollment period begins May 2nd, but some students can now sign up for fall classes. Priority enrollment for the fall 2015 semester is now available by appointment. Students who are eligible can sign up through their PAWS accounts.
The UWM Center for International Education is getting a $1.7 million grant. The money comes from the U.S. Department of Education. The grant will be used by the Language Resource Center to help first-year students learn less commonly taught languages, such as Polish and Arabic.
A UWM researcher has developed what she calls a search and destroy strategy to fighting cancer. Zhaowa Peng has spent the last 5 years refining new compounds that specifically target cancer cells. She says current treatments don't discriminate between healthy and cancerous cells. Patients suffer unnecessarily as a result. Peng's new treatment specifically targets several types of cancer cells, according to lab results.
On any given night, 1,500 homeless people sleep in the streets of Milwaukee. That's why UWM student Emily Neal spent Friday morning breaking down boxes in Spaights Plaza with her friends.
This was our final day last night, and it's the annual sleep out. So we just built like cardboard houses, just to raise more awareness of like what it's actually like to sleep out in a cardboard house overnight, and like how the temperature affects you and all that sort of stuff. Just kind of just raise people's awareness for it.
Yeah, I was just wondering, like, is it like 30 seconds or? Neal is president of the UWM chapter for Habitat for Humanity. She says raising awareness is as simple as building these cardboard houses.
Everybody was really like happy to help and everything, so that was cool.
The annual Sleep Out is part of Habitat for Humanity's Act, Speak, Build Week. Habitat for Humanity seeks to educate others on the 1.6 billion homeless people in America.
Luis De Leon joins us with a look at our weather. Luis, is the warm weather going to finally continue, or?
Well, you know, we saw some 60s last week. It was a wonderful week, so I hope you all enjoyed it because it's going to be pretty windy, I guess, you know, right now. The lakeside effects, you know, coming into effect, which isn't exactly bad because it's really dry outside, so we can always use that moisture.
Oh, absolutely.
True.
Yeah. As we go to your weather headlines, we are going to see temperatures this week dropping with a lot of those highs remaining in the low to mid 50s. Some precipitation still finishing up this morning, but some clouds are going to stick around for most of the day. As the week moves on, though, we will see a lot of dry weather during the day with precipitation occurring in the evening hours, but for the most part, a very dry week ahead of us. Currently here in Milwaukee, for your current conditions, mostly cloudy skies is those temperatures and is going to be at 49 degrees right now and the dew point at 30. So those clouds are going to stick around as those showers and drizzles are moving out of the area. For the rest of today, those clouds are going to stick around with mostly cloudy skies. High temperature at 53 degrees. Precipitation chance is going to stay at 50% only because in case of those showers or drizzles come back at all and move in throughout the area. As for the lows, we're seeing a wide range throughout the 30s today. Starting up north in Rhinelander, 31. Out in the Green Bay area, 37 degrees. Here in Milwaukee, our low temperature today is 39. Out in the state capital, 37. Out west in Eau Claire, 34. La Crosse, 37. As for your state highs, we're not just touching 60 just yet, but we are going to be seeing a lot of the temperatures ranging throughout the 50s. Up north in Rhinelander, 45 degrees. Green Bay right now with a high of 51. Down here in Milwaukee, 53. Out west in La Crosse, 54. State capital, 54 as well. And up north in Eau Claire, just pulling off that high of 49. As for tonight, those clouds are going to clear up just a little bit, creating partly cloudy skies with the low temperature at 39 degrees. West winds coming out of the west at 10 to 20 miles per hour. So we're starting to see those winds pick up a little bit for tomorrow. So as for tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies once again. 51 degrees is going to be your high temperature. Going to be a very windy day, so be prepared for that. Winds coming out of the west at 20 to 30 miles per hour. As for Wednesday, clouds are going to clear up in the morning, creating a lot of sunshine, so we're going to see that first bit of sunshine not till Wednesday. But the clouds are going to return again, creating overcast skies for the rest of Wednesday, so PM clouds. As for the high temperature, 50 degrees, and winds coming out of the west-northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. For your extended forecast, the temperature will drop and will continue a very dry week ahead of us. As Thursday, we have partly cloudy skies with a high of 50. Friday, mostly sunny with a high just touching 50 at 48. And moving into your weekend, Saturday, partly cloudy skies with a high of 50, and Sunday, partly cloudy skies with a high of 55. So as I said before, a very windy week we are going to be seeing, you know, a little bit colder, but it shouldn't last that long, no frigid cold or anything like that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, this weekend we definitely won't be getting a tan then with all those clouds. Yeah. Driving in a busy city like Milwaukee comes with its risks. MATC reporter Pierce Robert has some helpful tips for staying safe on the road.
As of today, there has been over 100 accidents in Milwaukee alone. That means there's been about 1 accident per day. MATC wants to make sure your travels are safe, so here's a few tips to help you. First, make sure you have all distractions out of the way. That means put your phone away and keep it out of sight. And any other distractions that might get in your way.
Next, watch the way you're driving.
Slow down and go the speed limit. Stop riding the guy in front of you so your bumpers are touching. And always use your proper turn signals when driving. Lastly, make sure your vehicle is safe to drive on the roads. Check your brakes and rotors to make sure you can stop properly. Make sure your tires are properly inflated to the right pressure. Why don't you put yourself in the best position possible and keep the numbers down on the accidents this year? Always remember to buckle up and drive safe.
Coming up, a UWM athlete reaches a milestone.
And later, we'll introduce you to some students lending a helping hand.
That and more when we return.
Minds can achieve anything. We make sure they get to college. Federal student aid provides more than $150 billion in grants, loans, and work-study funds to make college possible for anyone with the mind to get there. Because if given the chance, minds will do great things. Federal Student Aid, proud sponsor of the American Mind. Learn more about money for college at studentaid.gov.
Sooner or later, you're going to have to start. Oh, it won't be easy at first. It'll take time, dedication, and commitment. It will be the most important thing you'll ever do. Yes, sooner or later, we'll all have to start. So, what are you waiting for? Saving for your financial future is easier than you think. Get started and choose to save. It will pay off in the long run.
When international disaster strikes, only one type of donation can purchase clean water, get medical supplies, rebuild homes and businesses, and provide culturally appropriate foods. This one donation gives exactly what is needed for each unique disaster situation. Save lives, save time, donate cash.
A UWM baseball player joins an elite rank.
And the basketball team gets its newest member. Tanner Bakala joins us with sports. Tanner?
Thanks, Helen. One of UWM's top women's track athletes has quit. UWM PantherVision has confirmed that Charisse Hewitt quit the team last week. Hewitt is the winner of 7 Horizon League awards and just repeated as the Indoor Triple Jump League champion. Her winning jump set a league record and ranks in the top 50 in the nation this season. Baseball player Sam Koenig has reached a new milestone. It came during UWM's game against Chicago State when Koenig collected his 200th hit. He's the 10th player in the history of the Milwaukee baseball program to reach that milestone. The Panthers rallied from a 10-1 deficit to win the game 15-11. The Panthers played 6 games last week, winning 3 of them. Two UWM baseball players have been named Horizon League Player of the Week. Junior Luke Meter was named League Batter of the Week, and freshman Alex McIntosh was named Horizon League Pitcher of the Week. This marks the 7th and 8th Horizon League awards UWM players have won this year. A Panther has been nominated for a prestigious award. Darrell Busby, an All-American hurdler for the UWM track team, has been nominated for College Athlete of the Year by Wisconsin Sports Awards. He's up against 3 other Wisconsin athletes, including Badgers Frank Kaminsky and Melvin Gordon. The UWM men's basketball team has a new player. Former John Wood Community College student Jordan Johnson has joined the roster. He has signed a national letter of intent to attend UWM. Johnson helped lead the John Wood Community College to the Division II National Championship game this past season. Sometimes basketball is more than just a game, especially when it's being played for the Wounded Warrior Project, a national nonprofit that aims to assist servicemen and women and their families. As Brett Kilmeyer reports, UW-Milwaukee is a part of that charitable community.
Coming together to raise money for the Wounded Warrior Project, athletes from around UWM competed in the ROTC's first annual 3-on-3 charity basketball tournament. Organized by UWM Junior and ROTC officer Dylan Wolber, the tournament also seeks to increase awareness of the ROTC program.
We're hoping that events like this that will get our exposure out. Athletic people, I mean, we want people that are going to be active, healthy, live active lifestyles. So this kind of thing where like a basketball tournament is a great thing to just get our name out there to show that we're just regular college students too. This is kind of like, I think of it as like a second major essentially. So
13 teams took place in the event, with only Dylan and his fellow cadet Tyler List representing the ROTC.
I'm not much of a basketball player, but I like to play. I'm not that good, but it's a lot of fun just to play basketball with a bunch of people and have a nice competitive game.
Whether athletes or not, the competition was fierce.
Help, help, help!
Players showed off their skills on the court, shedding the defenders and scoring a quick layup, or hitting a long shot from beyond the three-point line. But each game was timed at 15 minutes and the scores were always close. Few games went to the final buzzer. Unfortunately, the ROTC team lost in round 3 to the Monstars by just 2 points.
It's a good team.
Yeah,
they're a good team. They're a lot bigger than us, so.
Despite being eliminated from the tournament, Dylan and Tyler kept their spirits high. After all, it's all for charity. In Milwaukee, I'm Greg Hillmeyer for PantherVision.
UW-Milwaukee is home to the most veterans in the Midwest. To learn more about the Wounded Warrior Project or to donate, go to woundedwarriorproject.org. That's it for sports. Back to you, Helen and Alex.
Yard work is never easy, especially for some of the elderly.
But 350 students put down their textbooks and picked up their rakes to lend a helping hand to 95 local residents.
PantherVision's Tyler Krieger has more.
The sounds of spring cleaning. But cleaning isn't so bad when you're having fun.
Stick to like October, September.
The Hunger Cleanup is an annual event in which UWM students, faculty, and staff do yard work for older adults. Those receiving help with the back-breaking jobs, like John Zutz, recognize the students' hard work.
Well, it is a Saturday morning, and they got here pretty early, so I'm impressed with that. Obviously, their hearts are in it, and it makes a person feel good.
Rebecca Simpson, a UWM student helping with the Hunger Cleanup, has a clear passion for helping others.
It's such a big part of my life that I love when other people are able to do it too and have that love for it.
Despite the thorns and the soreness,
Man, my hands hurt.
the end result is well worth it.
Wow, this looks a lot nicer than when we started.
And even those not at the sites are happy with the outcome.
Really means a lot that students are coming and just giving up their Saturday to help out the neighborhood. And the neighborhood really appreciates it too.
In Milwaukee, I'm Tyler Krieger for PantherVision.
This is UWM's 10th year of involvement with the Hunger Cleanup. It's called the Hunger Cleanup because UWM was previously affiliated with a national event titled as such. The event changed its focus to yard work because that was a greater need in Milwaukee.
Thank you for tuning in for tonight's edition of PantherVision.
You can watch us on Time Warner Channel 14 and AT&T UVerse Channel 99 at 5:30 on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and again on 10:30 on Saturday and Sunday mornings.
Have a great week.